Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche pregame show, brought to you by the Toyota Lounge. We're in the Toyota Lounge. AJ doesn't know that we're in the Toyota Lounge.
Yeah, I Jesus.
There you go.
Scared me, dude.
Also brought to you by Bet365 and Coors Light. Avs taking on the Winnipeg Jets for... I mean, it doesn't decide home ice in the first round, but it kind of decides home ice in the first round. It certainly puts one team in the driver's seat for home ice.
Yeah, if they
put
don't,
it to you that way.
If they don't win this game, they're not getting home ice. Because
that's pretty much the story.
Yeah, Vegas and Edmonton after this. It's just too tough.
Yeah.
They've blown their opportunity to have easily done this and to actually push Dallas.
Yep.
They just blew it. And now they're in this position where they have to win this if they want home ice. They have to.
Pretty much. No doubt about it. I wanted to ask both you guys. Obviously, yes, home ice, important game, yada, 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 yada. Is there anything extra you get to take out of this, knowing that this is a 95% chance this is your first round series?
Because... You mean like tactically? Like,
yeah,
do you try to? No, I think it'll be vanilla in that regard.
Don't give anything away.
Exactly,
more so?
because
okay.
I think both teams are going to look at it and they're going to know the score.
Yeah,
and so I I do not think that this is a show your hand kind of thing, but I also honestly don't think that either club is seriously looking ahead like that far at it. Like,
sure.
Okay, well we're not gonna do this, or we're not gonna do that. Like. No. There might be some like small stuff that they try to keep back.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, but this is still a regular season game of, you are who you are. The other team is who they are. You just got to try and figure it out
one way or another.
Yeah, you best on best.
And what it looks like, I mean, it looks like it's going to be those two in the playoffs, obviously. So then it makes things a lot easier. Preparation-wise for... Because I'll tell you one thing. It's hard for a coaching staff to get ready for a playoff opponent. It really is. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of video to watch. There's a lot of stuff to clip. There's a lot of stuff to present to the players. And if you're playing Thursday, right? And who knows when it's going to start, right? I mean, it's going to start as early as Saturday for a lot of teams. And just put yourself... okay, flip the coin here on Edmonton, like... They're playing here Thursday, and then they're probably playing at home, right? Saturday. Do you really think they have time in one day, Friday, to get themselves organized for their playoff opponent Saturday? Probably not. So you would think this week they'll try to knock some stuff out. You'd never try to go ahead. You want to finish the season, but just the way the schedule is doesn't make sense, for that reason. So I think Avs and Winnipeg, it's actually a plus for them. They know basically they're going to be playing each other. So you have a fresh game, a game of importance tonight, like AJ was just talking about. You were talking about home ice. They've been talking about home ice. You hear Ben and I talk about this all the time. It's important to get home ice. Again, until you don't have it, then you say it doesn't matter, right? But somewhere, somehow, you want to win that game. I agree with you. You want to make sure you get home ice, and tonight is a huge game for that purpose.
For the Avs, it is Georgiev in net, and Mikko Rantanen expected to play tonight. So,
is he hurt? I'm kidding. I did pick that one up.
Little break.
It's obviously we've talked about the Georgiev situation a million times, so we don't need to go over that again. Getting Mikko back, though. The Avs have made it work in their top six in any number of different ways. We've had this conversation before, but you are seeing the best version of Jonathan Drouin next to Nathan MacKinnon right now. At what point do you genuinely just have to put Mikko down on that second line?
Now
or never kind of a situation?
Yeah, now.
Okay.
You do it now. You've got 3 games to give it a little to give it a shot, see what it looks like. You're in. You're comfortably in.
It's true.
You're comfortably in 2 or 3. You don't have to worry about much else beyond that.
I agree with AJ, because you go back to the 2022 Cup, right? And then, like a lot of people tend to forget, right? That mostly we're separated, and then it is so much tougher to defend. And you talk about home ice. That's where home ice, for me, means a lot. All of a sudden, you see a matchup and icing or whatever. You can put them back together for a shift if you feel like it. You know what I mean?
Coming out of a TV
time, whatever it is. Everyone knows we have a knowledgeable chat, you know what I mean? Like all those places, and then you know what I mean. I'm throwing flowers.
He said it, not me.
I said it. We have a knowledgeable chat.
I love you guys.
And then, but yeah, it's great to have AJ back. God, I mean, he didn't bring me I would have eaten a slice of
4-day
Frank Pepe,
pizza.
6-day-old pizza. It's fine.
There was a conversation.
All right, it doesn't bother me.
There was a conversation.
People would say gross. I'd be like, no, not Frank Pepe. But anyway,
freeze
just to get back to what I was saying, or even on the road, get away from the matchups, right? You know what I mean? So it just makes a difference. I agree. You have 3 games here, and things went so well. Like I'm gonna say, Mac probably played his best game of the season. I mean, he's had some great games. I mean, it had to be one of his best games last game. I mean, it was a rocket ship. This guy was. I mean, he's been like that all year, but I mean, it was like
it's like his 6th 4-point game of the season.
But he was awesome. Okay, great, and Mikko wasn't there, right? So I agree with that for that reason with AJ about you do it now. You have 3 games. Why not give it a shot? And maybe that jump starts a little bit.
Yep.
Middle
Gets
stat or
Casey
whatever,
going a
right?
bit,
You know what I mean? And Casey's a work in progress. We know that, and he doesn't want to disappoint, and he wants to make sure he plays the right way. He's never been in those situations. I think he'll be ready for the playoffs, and I think Bednar talked about him, comparing him to Druin, start of the year, right? It's just a work in progress, and I'm not worried about Middlestat. I don't think he'll be a key guy down the stretch here.
Well, speaking of keys,
Yes.
you got 3 of them for us on. This one actually is the biggest game of the regular season, though. There's no next one that's bigger.
It is, and then
The biggest game of the season until tomorrow.
until tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, if you lose this one, I don't think tomorrow's is very big at all.
It matters a lot less.
Therefore, it is. AJ, we decided, we were talking last game, and we're going to stay away because we'll talk about it before playoffs, like special teams and goaltending. We all know those are crucial keys to any game, especially like in the playoffs. So we're trying to stay away from that, So anyway, but get to your game quick. You know what I mean? Get to your game quick. It is an afternoon game. We've talked about that before on our shows. Like your preparation is out the window. It's all different. It's weird, but get to your game. Start on time, individually and collectively. Razor sharp focus, attention to details. You've had a great schedule this week. You've had some time off. Get yourself going. Be ready to go. Number 2, be more passionate than them. Bring passion and controlled emotions. That doesn't mean go and take some stupid penalties, but be passionate. Don't be emotional. Don't be emotional. Maybe I'm talking to goaltending here a little bit. You know what I mean?
Maybe
I said I wasn't talking about
MacKinnon
it.
to not take another
Or Nate.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yes,
penalty.
little things like that. Don't be emotional. Have some passion, but control your emotions. Be hungry. Elevate your game. And this is as big as a playoff game you're going to see. I mean, the non-playoff game is you're going to see like you see in the playoffs. So it's a big one. And 3, get to your game. You're all about speed. Speed. Not just skating, but play fast, think fast, jump out of the face-off right quick, get on top of pucks, retrieve pucks, exits, everything, rush entries, activate, overwhelm them, make them go, oh, shit, this is going to be a long freaking 10 days coming up or whatever it is, 14 days coming up, and don't give them any momentum.
Look, the Avs had 3 days off, right? No excuses for tired legs or anything like that. You can have those excuses tomorrow in Vegas. Go out and play against another quality hockey team to your best. I'd really like to see an A game out of Colorado, to be honest with you.
I'm not here for rust. I'm not here for rest.
Yep.
I don't care about any of it. If you can't get up for this game, you aren't going to win a Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Nope. Jesus. You don't get this is your first round opponent.
Yep.
Like
It's directly right there.
right. they have beaten you every matchup and embarrassed you
Yep.
at least once.
You let that season series sweep slip against Dallas.
Yeah, how do you
Don't let Winnipeg sweep you on the back end of it.
right? How do you not get up for this one? And when Eric is talking about getting to their game quickly,
Yep.
first 10 minutes,
Yep.
be all over them,
No,
put them on the back foot,
don't get smoked out the gate.
right? Like.
Make it tough. Make it tough on Hellebuyck.
Remember
right?
who
Yeah.
you are and who they are.
Yep.
And which team has walked the walk and actually done something in this league? Which team has guys that have actually driven the bus on a team that has actually won something? Like it continues to be frustrating how inconsistent that has been for Colorado this year.
Yep.
And this should be an easy. Come out with that energy. Come out with the passion. A sense of urgency. If you can't give a shit about this, why should it be any different a week from now? This
agree.
is a playoff game.
Straight up.
This might as well be game 8 of that series.
The pre-series game that decides home ice for
Or
the
game
entire
0.
thing.
Game
basically.
0.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll go with game 0. Sounds good.
It's like
game
the knife
0.
round in Counter-Strike, all right?
Yeah.
Gross.
Look, the Avs, well, actually, do they have Circle K's in Winnipeg? I don't actually know.
They don't even have an airport.
Either way, you got to have some eaters if you want to be the better team.
Oh, I forgot I have to do this.
Yeah, well, thankfully Eric puts his in at 6 a.m. every morning.
I'll give you a
so-
thing to think. I'll put in mine.
Eric, who's going to eat tonight?
My Circle K eater, and I'm cheating because I saw a little bit of your bets, but I already had put it in. Tiff can attest to that. But I'm going to go with Val. We need Val to be on top of his game. We need Val to send a message to show their Ds, Winnipeg's Ds, like, hey, this is a big son of a gun. Like, oh, my Lord, he is a handful. He is a pain in the butt. You want Hellebuyck to have nightmares about this guy on the power play in front of the net. Big game for Val, right? Came back. It's been okay, right? Since he's been back, it's been okay, you know. But he makes a huge difference, as we talk about. He's not in that franchise player category, but he's in those elite players, and he's unique, and there's not many in this league that can do what he does. So I'm going to go with my Circle K tonight. Eater of the game, number 13, Val Choo Choo Train Nikushkin.
Yeah, you also have one of their most dynamic and best players in Kyle Connor. Val gets that two-way game going and can kind of
Munch that dude up a little bit.
Yeah, because Kyle Connor's awful defensively, and he has to get out. He's got an elite shot, and he's great in transition. He's great in open ice. And if you have a monster like Nichushkin that can kind of close that gap on him, put pressure on him, and don't give him clean looks, your chances of winning go way up if you remove Kyle Connor as a meaningful element. If they don't run that matchup, the exact same is true for Nikolai Ehlers. So having a good Val Nichushkin game, especially through the neutral zone and defensively, he should be a
completely
real
changes the shape of the game, man.
Yeah,
It
he
really
should be a
does.
real matchup wild card for them.
It's a home game, so I'm going to take Nathan MacKinnon.
Bold.
I actually moved away from him for a minute there once the streak ended, but you're now talking about a guy who is 2 points away from tying the all-time franchise points record in a season. You're talking about a guy who's doing stuff that has never been done before and as an Av will possibly never be done again as an Av. So just run that number up. Also, I was looking at the numbers the other day. Nathan MacKinnon today played 82 games less than Joe Sakic, has 119 points less than Joe Sakic in an Avs jersey. Does not count Sakic's Quebec stuff, but there's a very real possibility that this time next season we are talking about Nathan MacKinnon passing Joe Sakic as an Av.
That's crazy.
So
I can't.
I know. It's pretty ridiculous.
I can't.
That's why I'm picking him to eat tonight. Get started those 82 games on the right foot. AJ, who you got over there?
I think I'm I'm always so tempted to go with Georgiev as wish casting,
Totally understandable.
but I think it's got to be Casey Middlestat.
I like that.
He has not played very well recently, and he is supposed to be the thing that kind of brings it all together for that forward core. It really only works if he plays well.
Yeah.
If he's going to be a non-factor no-show, it's the exact same as the world that you had with Ryan Johansson. So he needs, I think he needs to be
Effective. at
Yeah, he
very
needs to be
least.
really
Yeah.
big, and especially if Mikko Rantanen is going to play with him.
True.
At any point during the game, you gotta get it from. If you're going to split MacKinnon and Rantanen up, then you got to get it from both.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Middlestat being in the middle of that and being the facilitator that he is, and Rantanen being the goal scorer that he is.
Even if it's Mikko doing the heavy lifting, they're fine. But
Yeah,
it's got to work. It's got to
Yeah.
do something.
it has to be. It has to be an impact.
Yep. Those are our Circle K eaters. Make sure you're eating good at Circle K. Go get your game day snack deals today as part of the Circle K Inner Circle. Use that QR code on screen or go to circlek.com/inner circle to get part of it. You get 25 cents off a gallon on your first 5 fill-ups at Circle K. Then get up to 5 free Polar Pops with them and a bunch of other deals like I already mentioned. So go be part of the Inner Circle. Get in there with Circle K. Colorado coming into this one, obviously, it needs no introduction. Everybody knows the score. Everybody knows the winner of this likely gets home ice and stuff. But if you look beyond that a little bit and you're looking at Colorado internally, you're coming off a game in Minnesota where they played fantastically at 5-on-5. They gave up 8 shots on goal at 5-on-5
That's their best defensive performance of the season.
by a lot, in my opinion.
It was the quality and quantity. They allowed nothing.
Is there anything you're honing in on as Colorado tonight that you really want to work on, that you really want to get things right? Or is this a clean slate, treat it like a playoff game, go play your game type of game?
Defense.
So really locking in on the defense?
Yes.
All right.
They're great in transition. This extends to the PK, but they have to be better in their in zone defense. Too many possessions get extended on them
Second,
because
third chances,
because they don't win battles. They don't win the 50-50s because there's a mental lapse somewhere along the ice by somebody that leaves a guy wide open, and you're just like, come on, you do great defending for 30 seconds, and then the 31st second,
Yeah.
It all falls apart.
Yeah, it all goes to shit. So it's for me, it's got to be the defense. It has to be the defense. That if they tighten the screws defensively,
Sky's the limit.
yeah, it makes me feel a lot bit better, because defensively is my biggest concern about the team at the moment. So
Go back to, again, Bednar says it all the time. Go back to Mikko a couple games ago when he's like, hey, you want to win 4 rounds in this league? You got to check. You got to defend.
Yep.
And Mikko's a 100-point guy. He's a 50-goal scorer, whatever. Not this year, but close enough. And he is a leader on this team. And when you hear that, like, you have to check. If you don't check in the playoffs, you will not get through 4 rounds. And he is bang on. And that's why habits matter. That's why being on top of your game day in and day out. And if you're not feeling the greatest, there's a way to play the game where you're not cheating it and you're not putting things at risk. And I'm not saying to play safe, but I'm saying you got to play smart.
yeah,
You're not feeling
If you don't go
great.
out and check, you won't get out of round 1. But
That's it. So, and teams, the Avalanche figured that out a few years back, and then now they understand it. And why not preach that tonight and get out there and do it tonight?
might as well earn yourself a little bit something extra in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Let's get over to my bets. Eric had spoiled a little bit of it.
A little bit.
I did take an Achushkin power play point in there, plus 240. So it's good money. Would like to see the Avs continue to win that special teams battle there, too. I'm being realistic about this. Hellebuyck is a good goaltender. The Avs are going to have to put a lot of shots on him to win. Not just this game, but the upcoming series. It's the reality you're going to live in. Pepper him. Make sure you get yours, even if he does make a number of saves. And then I took the Avs to win the first period at plus 155 because I would like to see them start well.
It'd be fun.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I like all three.
Don't just get a lead in the first and then piss it away like you've done quite a few times lately. Get the lead and keep it. You can do it, Avs. When you make up your mind on what you want to bet on in this game, do it with Bet365. Get over there and use the DNVR 365 code when you sign up. You bet $5 on any NHL game, you get $150 in bonus bets. And then you can jump on whatever you want to bet on, whether it be the Avs. Doesn't even have to be hockey. Once you get your $150, you can bet on the Nuggets. You can bet on the Rockies if you're a crazy person. You can bet on any other sport under the sun, basically. Go find it at Bet365. Of course, when you do gamble with Bet365, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Look. Final thoughts on a night like tonight. Expectations. Do we expect it to be low scoring? Or is that too much to ask? Playoff atmosphere, but still the high scoring affairs that we've become so accustomed to in the NHL this season.
Every time I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a 3-2 game.
It ends up
5-4. So I don't even know anymore.
So
man.
3-2.
Yeah, exactly. So 3-2. Yes.
Eric, do you have a vibe?
Before I give my score, I just want them, like we're talking about, pay attention to details. And big part of the details against Hellebuyck is to make sure you don't make it easy on him. He's a monster. He's so big. He's so good. Take his eyes away. Don't be an inch off. Like, be right in front of him. Get to Pizza Hut. Make it greasy. That's why I like your 30-plus saves. You know what I mean? Because, pepper him for 45. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go 4-3. Good guys.
Hellebuyck's the best 5-on-5 goalie in the NHL. He's probably the best goalie in the NHL, full stop, to be honest with you.
I like him.
This year, certainly.
Yeah, not trying to expand on that. I'm just saying he's not an easy guy to beat. So go earn your chances out there. Go make them count. That's all I got. Anything else you guys want to add before we jump over to this watch-along?
Nope.
All right. We're going to wrap up this pregame show. We do have that watch-along coming your way if that's your thing. Tune in just a few minutes. If not, at very least, join us for the postgame where we will break down whatever happens in this one for you, top to bottom. Hopefully, we'll talk to you in a few minutes.
We all silly like the mayor.